Hey squad, welcome to another episode of Reading Rainbow Award-winning The People's Duchess. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're delving into the impact of Meghan Sussex's captivating Netflix series With Love, Meghan. But before we get started, I just want to shout out the squaddy members and new squaddies. Thank you so much for supporting the Sussex community, this channel. You guys are the chickens to my Archie's chicken, and I appreciate you. Now, I'm sure you guys have all heard by now that Meghan's new show has not only gotten a season 2, but has also made major splashes across streaming, culinary, lifestyle, and fashion, especially when it comes to the phenomena known as the Meghan effect. And that's no longer just a catchy phrase. I mean, it was back in 2018, 2019. But Meghan's influence on fashion and lifestyle and brands is by now a well-documented, completely undeniable economic force to be reckoned with. Her fashion choices on the show have generated over 10 million in media exposure for various brands. Loro Piana continues to enjoy more than $1 million in media impact value thanks to Meghan wearing their brands on With Love. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I think Meghan is a brand ambassador for these pieces. We wouldn't know. She'd just be on her merry little way collecting her coin, wearing the clothes, and doing the things. Suzanne is another brand that has experienced a very big bump in revenue since Meghan's show aired. Keeping Up with Meghan is a multi-billion-dollar business. The next thing you know, we're gonna get some house tours, some royal palace house tours, and the tacky striped couches and proudly displayed slave statues are going to be replaced with minimalist, beige-colored furniture, fresh peonies, and framed caricatures from fans. It starts with the proclamation that Meghan's style or taste or decor isn't good enough, all while taking meticulous notes, and then the adaptation comes in. They start to adapt and do what they need to do to keep up with whatever they say, Meghan isn't doing right. So whether it's her fashion that was quote unquote vulgar, but then Kate quickly adapted, or her home decor, which I feel like we're definitely going to see some YouTube content pretty soon here that shows us a glimpse into their world, and all of a sudden it's going to be pastels, botanical ice, and soft beige everywhere. It's gotten so awkward. I mean, how do the Rhoda keep a straight face? People like Kate, Karen's, people like Will, Ken's, all they ever do is pretend they're superior, but then unashamedly steal everything and act like they're above explaining why. It's gotten really awkward. I don't know how they keep a straight face when they're reporting on Kate and her sister wife, the Marchioness of Chumley, Zara, and all the other aristos that have all stepped out in Meghan's signature shoes or similar styles. Meanwhile, the royals have shown us F all in the way of tastefully doing anything. It's a testament to natural beauty and the power of simplicity. Meghan allows the stunning scenery and her creations to really take center stage. Her outfits don't need to do too much. Her hair and makeup don't need to do too much. She relies on the talent and her expertise. She doesn't need 40 pounds of stolen jewels on her head or around her neck to make a point. It's a refreshing departure from an often overwrought appearance we've come to expect from, certain members of the royal family. All right, so these are some of my favorite things from the show that I will be recreating in a members only series that I call Meghan Made Me Do It. It's definitely a working title, but I loved so many of the recipes and cannot wait to recreate them for the members. The members only link is pinned in the description. First things first, that honey lemon layer cake with the raspberry has gone absolutely viral. The delicate balance of sweet and tart is divine. It's elevating at any gatherings. It's beautiful to look at. It's simple to make, which I think is the key ingredient here. It's not so fussy. It doesn't take too long at all, and it's so good. definitely can't wait to recreate that again for my members. The botanical ice cubes Meghan crafted also brought back fond memories of my own engagement party in 2010. These add an air of sophistication and glam to even the simplest beverages. Meghan's focaccia bread is another really great recipe, especially when baked in le creuset or staub. The resulting crust, oh my gosh, it is so crusty and good once you get it out of that oven. As an African woman, I was particularly delighted to see plantain chips featured. I love a plantain chip. And when you make them yourself like this, you cut out all the additional fat and sugar they process plantain chips with on a commercial level. It's wonderful to see them receiving the royal princess treatment they so richly deserve. Dehydrated oranges are also a year-round staple in my home. I love boiling and dehydrating to fill the air with that citrusy aroma. I even candy the fruit sometimes by dipping it in boiled agave and then letting that harden. Meghan's self-care tips are really good too. The lavender cooling towels are so cute and clever. I love a cool towel on a hot desert day, and the Epsom salt bath with silk tea bags to contain the salts is just really genius. I have not stopped talking about that since I saw it. I love a bath bomb. I love a homemade Epsom soak bath bomb. And to me, this is royal. This is fancy. This is what I would expect of a real royal, fanciful woman. The royals, historically speaking, are not the people that they present to you. Fancy clothes, fancy homes, fancy cars, the impression that they are very fancy, better than you type people, but they're not really sharp. They're not particularly smart. They don't really have a lot of etiquette or couth or class or home training. I've seen a lot of uncouth behavior. I don't have the impression of them that they're fancy people. Other than the wealth that their ancestors stole from everybody, they don't have anything else going for them. We've heard them talk, we've heard them try to do things, but they're not actually any substance behind it, like Earthshaw, like Shaping Up, or Shaping Us, or whatever that thing is. None of those initiatives have any actual impact. We've all seen that report that really shone a light on their duchies, how they tax certain agencies like hospitals and the military just to be on their land. So they're not actually contributing to the community. Everything they do is to benefit and enrich themselves. And then they try to write it off like, oh no, but this is for you. Okay. It's just, ugh. They just don't appear to live like luxurious people behind closed doors. But anyways, the quickles or quick pickles add a tangy crunch to any meal, so I definitely loved these. It's so smart to pickle things yourself because, again, you're in full control of not only the ingredients, but the sweetness level, the heat levels. You can totally control exactly what goes into it, and if you're careful or watching your sugars, carbs, and cholesterol, you can definitely do very well making these at home. I ordered a media setup that includes an overhead mount for my camera, so once that's delivered, I'll spend weekends making these delicious recipes on the show. Cannot wait for that. So if you want to kiki more and really just kick up a chair, pour a glass, and have a great time, consider joining the channel membership for exclusive lives, videos, and more. We get down in those members chats. Hit that link and become a member. Okay, so back to the food. The carrot top pesto has become my go-to condiment for everything, from pasta to sandwiches. Not super peppery. The truffle zested popcorn is another easily fancy thing that feels rich that I loved. I used to be team kettle corn, but this has totally replaced kettle corn in my movie snack night repertoire. I can't wait to make the Korean crying tiger sauce. It looks like it'll really add a kick to various dishes. I love a good sriracha, and this looks like it could pair really well or even replace sriracha. Again, for no other reason than I want to be more in control. The less processed stuff I buy, the better. I've been a home chef and a homemade over processed girly pop since I was like 19, 20 and lost almost 100 pounds in college. So I find all of this to be very useful as I'm always on the hunt for how to make it myself. I don't trust the USDA. I don't trust the regulating bodies in America, especially over our food. If you live here or have eaten anything from here, it's also harmful. All they do is accept a little bit of money to look the other way, while these food companies add literal toxins and all manner of carcinogenic ingredients that are banned in other countries, by the way, to our food and our products. So I'm extremely interested in do it yourself, make it at home. I love things like the cute, fun tulip toast. I'm always looking for ways to make delicious seasonings and toppings for vegan dishes. So the homemade soy ginger sauce, the kimchi, the ramen salt, all things that are normally packed with so much sodium it'll make your head spin, but when you make them yourself, you can control those levels and you can tailor it to your own dietary needs. Meghan's one pot easy tomato and olive oil pasta has also gone completely viral and it is so good. Adding greens, adding the fresh cherry tomatoes like that feels very rustic and rich. The DIY balloon arch Meghan made was really cute. I adopted Meghan's salt-baked fish recipe using tofu. The roasted tomatoes give a lovely sweet burst that complements the savory tofu really well. So there are a couple other things that I really love and cannot wait to recreate with you guys. I'm really looking forward to recreating these and reporting back to you on how it goes. I hope you found as much inspiration as I have from the show. Let me know what your favorite dish was in the comments. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider joining the channel membership for more exclusive content and members-only badges. Until next time, have a great weekend. Please be kind. Bye for now.